Everybody get your seats. We're about to get started. TroupeX. Anything at all to inspire this show.
Chipotle.
Chipotle. Thank you, Chipotle.
Tony, this is the best sandwich ever. Don't ever tell me that this sandwich shop sucks, because it is the best. A little
Sean,
spicy.
Do I look like I'm eating right now?
No.
No, because mine is crawling with roaches. This is the best sandwich shop ever?
What you have to do is you got to ask them without roaches.
This is the only place I have ever eaten at where I have to ask them specifically not to put roaches in my food.
Tony,
You don't say anything wrong?
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
So you asked them. There's no roaches in yours because you went up to the counter and you said no roaches.
Right. Covered that.
I'm sorry. Like I don't understand how this is not like a health problem. Do we have the menu doesn't say eating raw or undercooked roaches can give you foodborne illness? I don't see it.
True, but you know what they say? YOLO, right? So,
The health department says YOLO? That's a really new policy.
well, I mean,
Is that because of the new president?
that's probably why, because that new president, that's why we have to ask for no roaches in our sandwiches now.
Because he just kind of liberalized the health policy.
Yeah, probably.
Man,
Probably.
I don't know.
You gotta ask for like no roaches on a lot of things.
I always thought it would be cool to not feel like I needed to be, have my hand held everywhere. But quite honestly, like, it was kind of nice back in the day when I could go into a restaurant and order something and just expect it to not have roaches. Just like I could just assume there wouldn't be roaches. And if there were roaches, it would be a problem.
Come on, Tony. You're thinking like 1980s or something, like back in the black and white days. Doesn't happen anymore. You gotta be careful.
Black and white was, never mind. But,
I'm young. What do you want?
all right. I'm going to go back up to the counter, and I'm going to order another one, and I'm going to say no roaches.
I would recommend it because it really doesn't taste good with roaches.
All right. Yeah, I'd like a bean burrito. No roaches, please. Hold the roaches. Also the beetles. Yes. No roaches, no beetles. Thank you.
Last Thursday, I heard about some fungus and stuff. Tell them no fungus either.
No fungus. No fungus. Any other weird things that could potentially cause foodborne illness, or just are raw, or just nasty, or icky, or perhaps toxic chemicals like from BP oil spills? Any of that normally goes in it that I need to? Okay, the oil is a thing. Okay, no oil, no petroleum products. Okay.
Oh, the sandwich looks great, man.
Yeah,
Looks
actually.
great.
Mr. Watkins, I cleaned your bathroom just the way you asked. I hope you're happy this time. I don't need to be yelled at again. If you just, I have the checklist here, just like you wanted. I hope it's everything you wanted.
Marisol, it appears that everything that I wanted is complete.
Oh my God, really? So I did it right this time?
Yes, it only took 7 weeks.
Oh, thank God. I was really worried. I really just wanted to make you happy. I know you're a tough taskmaster, but I think I'm learning from you.
Listen, Marisol, I explicitly told you 7 weeks ago, do not touch me.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I got to
It's great that my house is so clean and sparkly, but never touch me. My wife would not like that.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what I thought. I was so happy I finally pleased you. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, you know what? I'll just
Really?
sit on I'll sit on. May I sit? May I? Is it
You
okay
can
if I
sit.
sit?
You can sit.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
I'll sit too.
Whew. Oh wow! Look at us just sitting here together. It's almost like we're equals, and you're not just
No.
my boss.
No. See, we're not equals.
Oh.
But I like that you're sitting on your hands, so you cannot touch me. I like that. I like that. So we're not equals at all right? So what we're going to need to do is somehow disable that camera so I can really speak to you.
Oh, sir, this isn't going to be like last month, is it? I've just healed up now. The scars on my back. I'm not. I'll do anything else, please. I'll clean the cat.
Marisol, please get off your knees. It does not look good for the camera.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I want to do such a good job. I know that you're a tough man to please, and I really just want to keep this job.
All right. I understand. You have a whole family of kids to take care of. You're fatherless. You're husbandless. I get it.
All these things are true.
Listen, I get it. What I would ask going forward,
Yes.
in future endeavors, this job, other jobs, don't touch the boss. Future jobs, this one, whatever.
So, okay, that's fantastic advice. Thank you. I will value that. I will put it deep inside my spirit of work ethic. If only just to please you. Even if I go somewhere else.
Marisol, you're fired.
Oh my God!
Leave. Leave now.
So Marisol, I'm glad you came into the clinic because I think you may have a lawsuit here. If I understand, there was physical contact between you and your boss, and then he fired you. Am I understanding that right?
Yes, that is correct, Mr. Schmitz. I told him on many occasions, sir, don't do that. This isn't the place for that. You're a married man, and I'm still grieving. But he wouldn't be stopped.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to file a lawsuit against him. Now, I need to understand exactly what kind of touching. Could you tell me where you touched him?
Well, I just, I was trying to be friendly. I thought we had a good rapport after 10 odd years of cleaning his house, and I just gently brushed him like that, like
Okay.
we're,
So let me see if I have it right. As long as you were touching him, you had a job, but once you stopped touching, he fired you. Is that right?
Yes, that's
Okay. Okay, because I think we have a case for sexual harassment here. Okay, so there'll be some tough questions that they're going to ask you. So maybe I should try some of those questions on you now. And
Whatever you need to do with it.
see. Okay.
I want to
Okay.
leash that son of a bitch for all the money he's got.
Did he give you confusing instructions sometimes, where it was like hard to understand what he meant?
Now that you mention it, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so we could say that there were times when he was suggesting things to you, and you understood them to involve touching. Some of the time.
I mean,
is that a stretch, or is
he
that?
told
Because I don't
me
want to
to-
put words in your mouth.
No. I think back. I mean, he told me to reach to the top of the curtains to
Okay.
make sure they were clean, and
Okay.
scrub the tiles really well. And I'm sure there was something in there about
But like when he said scrub the tiles, were there times where you may have thought he said scrub his toes? Because
sadly that's
I know your English, It's getting better, actually, surprisingly, just in the time we've been talking. But
I've had a lot of time with daytime TV.
well, that's great. That's great. So I think I think that might be a kind of question that you're going to get. Are there times where he touched you? Like, did he ever reach and touch you, even if just to push you away?
All the time.
All
the time.
Now, when you were being pushed away, was it the force of his arm pushing you away, or was he touching you and you were actually stepping back? Because, you see, I'm trying to establish something called intent.
Oh, I've heard about this. You know, I just want to do a good job and make sure his house is clean. And there'd be all kinds of occasions where I'm standing there just minding my own business, applying my trade, and he would just shove me.
Now, I have a difficult question to ask you. Did he ever, like, hurt you in any way, cause a scar or bruise or anything?
I'll show you right now. Look at this!
Oh my God, I can't look! I can't look!
Look at it! Look, you have to see!
No!
I can't trust you!
No!
Does it represent me?
Sit! Sit! That's sick! Sadistic man! So,
Awful.
he beat you, he touched you, and when you resisted and no longer there was contact, he fired you.
And here I am.
He fired you.
And here I am.
I think we have a great lawsuit on our hands here. I really do. Now, you understand that, you don't have to pay anything up front, and we'll just, you don't get any I don't get any money unless you do. But I think that's right. You saw it on the bus. I've got that big sign, right? So I think we have a great case here, and I think this may be the kind of money that will allow you to finally get a home for your children, to get clothing for them. And I know that's been a real challenge for you. Is there anything else I should know about your relationship with that horrible, horrible man?
There was one night.
Oh. Take a deep breath. Remember, I'm your attorney. I'm here to protect you. No.
Yes.
Are one of your bambinos? Is?
We don't. We were trying to Americanize now, so we
Because
shelved
now
slang, but-
we're talking not only a civil lawsuit, but now we're in family court going for child support.
Oh.
How many? Just one. I know you have 9 children.
Wait, wait, well, yes, I have 9 in here, but in here, let's see. It's an old midwife's trick.
Oh my gosh. And you cluck when you do it?
Yes, it harkens the great spirit of.
Resonates and. Very
Yes,
good.
it's
Okay.
all very ethnic, and
So-
I don't want to burden you with it.
So are there 4?
I think so.
Wow. Let me tell you, you are going to be an incredibly rich person, because my understanding is he owns a lot of Chipotles.
Schmitz, I know you're senior partner here, and we all respect what you do. This lawsuit is going to be amazing, but everybody told me I had to do it. We've gone way back. I'm gonna have to cut you from the softball team.
Not the softball team.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Schmitz and Howe and Schmitz, I mean, we have been just sucking it season after season after season, and you're the problem.
I may be the problem, but I'm also the rainmaker for this firm. And I not only bring in the business, I bring in the softballs, I bring in the bats,
Yeah, we wish you were the rainmaker so that we could get rained out and not go through this public
There you go.
embarrassment. I mean, game after game after game, and then you insist on pitching and you roll the ball, and that's not the way
But it's hard to hit a ball when it's that low. And some of those other teams swing at them.
You're amazing, and everything else that you do. I mean, we all respect you.
And innovative.
Yes, yeah, we are, but we just can't complete.
Is it because I tripped over home plate on my way to first?
you gotta run around the bases counterclockwise. Like, there are just rules to this. Like, you're so good in the courtroom, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's like, you follow things and then you just get out there on the field and you just make them stuff up.
But the reason I do so well in court is I set the agenda. And before you know it, the judge is following me. So I figure if I run to third, the runner on first is going to get to second, and nobody's even going to notice him because they're distracted by me. And I've only done it to avoid a double play, and it's worked. Because the whole other team starts laughing, and at one time, Louis got to second, I got to third. Now, granted, their umpire called me out, but it would have been a double play.
Yeah, there would have been, you know, there would have been.
Jeez, I mean, can I at least, like, coach maybe third base? I promise, I know my antics. I promise I won't, like, threaten to sue the umpire anymore.
If you just don't talk when you're out there, yeah, you can do it.
I don't think I can do that. You know me. When have you ever seen me bite my tongue?
I should never see you bite your tongue.
I mean,
Could you talk, like, quietly?
what if I had, like, a lot of
Could you-
tobacco in my mouth? That
Could you
would-
talk about something other than softball while you're out there?
Yeah, but that'll just get me a sexual harassment.
Is it just sex and softball, that's all you can talk about?
Well, you know, that's my area of law. So
I
you know,
mean,
really, I'm
it's
talking about one
limited
and
for
the
such
same.
a smart man.
Maybe
and I
I
always
need-
thought you were kind of a mentor to me.
You know, I need a new hobby. Maybe I'll take up cooking.
It's a great idea, you know? And I mean, with all these Chipotle dollars coming in, you can kick back, do whatever you want. You don't have to work so hard.
Well, I'd actually like to learn Mexican cooking.
It works. You
I like
could go to Mexico.
You trying to get rid of me?
Oh, no. I mean, not until when the season's over, you can come back.
We could open a firm in Mexico City.
Yeah?
Maybe I'll go down there and start the firm.
What the?
And maybe I can open a Chipotle franchise in Mexico City.
Well, we're just getting their money. We're not getting a franchise unless you worked out some other
Well,
kind of
that's
crazy
part of the deal I'm working on, is thinking we can get more out of them by getting franchises from them as well as money. We've already been in mediation with them, and they've already made a couple of offers to us.
Hey honey, I know you've been working really hard today, and I brought you some food. There's this awesome place, Chipotle, they call it.
Oh, Elizabeth, you shouldn't have.
2 bean burritos with
This-
everything on them.
This is the biggest food I have ever seen in my entire life.
They
Thank
all
you.
talk about them. It's like the talk of the town. They're so good.
This is great. You share one with me?
Yeah, I got one for each of us.
Oh, okay. When you gave them both to me, I got confused. I thought that's a lot of burrito
Let's
for
eat them
one
on the
guy.
count of 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! There's roaches in this. What? Who would put roaches in their burrito? What kind of
Elizabeth,
place
I
is
told
this?
you we were suing them. Remember the
You
dinner
said
convers-
Chipotle.
Yeah.
This is Chipotle.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was the same place. I wouldn't have done that.
Oh.
I just thought I couldn't go to Chipotle because that has bean burritos and roaches and the other one wouldn't, you know? I wanted them bad because I couldn't have one.
Couldn't you just, anytime you order food anywhere, just say no roaches, just as like a blanket policy?
This is my friend Tony. He tells me that it shouldn't be this way anymore. We shouldn't have to go around everywhere telling people no roaches, no oil spills on the sub. That's not the way it was supposed to be.
That's why we've been suing them.
That's why I love you so much. You got such a smart mind in that head.
Yeah, Elizabeth. I mean, I love you so much because you've got this like way of innocence about you and
Yeah.
everything that you do. And it's like when you came back from McDonald's and it had an entire live rat in it because you didn't order no
Oh.
rats.
I got that from Rat King.
Oh.
Yeah. It was
Even
cooked
though there
though.
was
It was
such a
cooked.
place. Yeah.
It's
Oh.
Chinese.
Oh.
Chinese Rat King. Yeah. Is that where
Oh.
the turtle's on the door?
I-
That's just.
I think maybe I ought to just take care of that. now on, just ordering the food.
Oh, you mean
for
like you're gonna get the
us.
food, so I'll get the drinks.
I'll order the food and the drinks, and then maybe just can pick it up.
Can I eat it with you?
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah.
Okay, because you need company. Everyone needs company.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and just like the nicest girlfriend I've ever had before. I've never had a girlfriend who brought me food and working late hours.
Wow, what kind of girlfriends have you had? That's usually what they do. They just bring stuff to each other, and that's what I do with my
They
girlfriends.
just gave me the delivery menu and said good luck. So.
Wow. Man, it's a rough world out there. Putting roaches in burritos, friends.
So anyway, that's the long and pick of it. My name is Randy Roachman. I supply the roaches and the rats and all these creatures to the restaurants, and your boyfriend is making trouble for me, and I need your help.
Okay. Well, this is the thing here. Roaches aren't really catching on.
Oh, they will. Once people learn how much protein's in them and how much they crunch in their mouth and not in their hand.
Well, you know, now that you mention it, there's a low-carb movement. What better way to supply that than roaches?
I knew I could turn you around easy, Lizzie.
The roach diet! It'll be amazing.
Brilliant. But you do realize that if you help me with this new roach diet, you'll be going against your boyfriend and suing me and all I stand for.
I know I really love him a lot, but I really love a movement.
But you do realize that if you help me with this new roach diet, you'll be going against your boyfriend and suing me and all I stand for.
I know I really love him a lot, but I really love a movement. I'm big about the movements. Dude, anything that gives me a bowel movement like that, I'm about it.
Oh, the ones that live crawl all the way through your intestine and clear everything out.
They even eat the worms.
Exactly.
Those little boogers, they live a lifetime.
See, the benefits are just infinite. You could never not want a roach in you.
I'm sold, so what should I do about this crazy boyfriend?
I was hoping you would have a solution in that department. You know the boyfriend?
I got an idea. I'll go to Chipotle and I'll get a burrito.
That name changes so frequently, it's ridiculous.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
I'll go there and I'll get a burrito filled with the biggest roaches. And I'll feed it to him. And he'll croak at night.
You mean he'll die or he'll literally croak? Like frog?
I'm going to put so many roaches in there. I'm going to say, hold everything but the roaches. And they're going to crawl inside him while he's sleeping and eat his brains.
Lizzie, can I call you Lizzie? I appreciate your gung-ho attitude. I don't know if we have to resort immediately to murder, though. You could just be your normal self and say, honey, baby, can you lay off the roach guy?
Honey, baby, I have a big sub for you. A sub. It's a hunt for the Red October. We will find that sub full of roaches. And when we find it, there will be death.
Are you okay?
I do not feel too well.
Jessica, turn the air conditioning on, please.
I think I got brain damage. Must have been that roach-infested sub I ate.
Well, it couldn't have been my roaches. My roaches don't go right to the brain.
You're the only person that sells roaches.
I'm not the only person. I just am the most frequent person to sell roaches.
Oh, man. I'm not thinking too straight right now.
No, all you have to think about is convincing your boyfriend to lay off my company supplies of roaches.
I think I love my boyfriend.
That's good.
Yeah, you evil bastard.
Come on.
So, that burrito you're eating?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you don't mind the roaches. I know you like the crunch. I know you like the crunch. How do you feel about knowing? I got them to admit to me that they also have oil spills in the burritos. If you don't ask them to omit them. Yeah. Yeah, so all your lobbying for roaches, okay, you didn't want to lobby specifically for roaches, so you had to say, oh, just loosen the laws. And now look.
admit that maybe there shouldn't be some things in burritos, but roaches aren't one of them.
Okay. Ultimately, you know that ultimately I'm not going to be willing to compromise on the roaches.
Oh, I know.
But for now, do you think we could go back to Washington and just be like, hey, like we really just meant roaches are okay. Like we didn't mean like you can put anything you want in our food now. You know?
You're
Let's-
willing to come only if you are willing to come out and say that roaches are good for you.
Ooh, the devil's bargain.
It's roaches in exchange for anything else that could possibly be in there.
I'll tell them to hold the roaches. You have a deal.
But hold the roaches means you don't have roaches in them.
Yeah, I will
Restaurants
tell people in restaurants to hold the roaches. How about this? Better yet, because I know to hold the roaches. I know to tell them to hold the roaches. We need to make sure.
I don't want them to hold the roaches. That's the
Yeah,
whole
but you
point.
can have your roaches. That's my point.
Okay.
Look. They have to put a sign wherever they have serve roaches in the food that say there are roaches. If you want no roaches, you have to specifically ask. So people know that there are roaches. Because a lot of people don't like roaches, believe it or not.
I'm trying to get them to like roaches.
I know, but baby steps, right? Because like,
I suppose. All right. Deal.
so go to Washington.
Yes.
And that's our show.
All right, great. Coming up in just a few minutes. Oh, big round of applause. All right, grab a drink, use the restroom, do what you have to do in just a few minutes. The third thought will be up.
Okay.
How are you? Good. How are you?
Good.